Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about something that separates truly powerful women from the rest: intelligence. And no, I'm not just talking about book smarts. I'm talking about the kind of intelligence that shapes your entire life, that dictates the way you think, the way you show up, and the way you handle challenges. Highly intelligent women are different. They stand out. Not because they're louder, not because they demand attention, but because they own who they are. They know what they want, they know what they deserve, and they do not settle for less. And the best part, you can develop these habits too. One, they think for themselves. Here's the truth: most people go through life on autopilot. They accept what they're told, follow what others do, and rarely stop to question why they believe what they believe. But highly intelligent women, they think for themselves. They challenge the status quo. They don't just accept someone's opinion as fact, they analyze, they research, and most importantly, they trust their own judgment. This is your life. No one else is living it for you. If you're constantly relying on other people's opinions to make decisions, you're giving away your power. A highly intelligent woman listens, yes, but she always makes the final decision for herself. 2, they set boundaries without guilt. How many times have you said yes to something you didn't want to do just because you didn't want to disappoint someone? How many times have you stretched yourself too thin, pouring into everyone else while neglecting yourself? Intelligent women don't do this. They know that no is a complete sentence. They know that setting boundaries isn't selfish, it's necessary. If you don't protect your time, your energy, and your mental health, no one else will. People will test you. They will push your limits. But the moment you start respecting yourself enough to set boundaries, you'll notice something incredible: people will respect you more. 3, they are lifelong learners. You want to be unstoppable. Never stop learning. Highly intelligent women never assume they know everything. They are constantly growing, reading, evolving. They invest in themselves, not just in their careers, but in their minds. When was the last time you read a book that challenged your thinking? When was the last time you learned something just because you were curious? Smart women don't wait for someone else to teach them. They take responsibility for their own growth. Because here's the reality: knowledge is power. And the more you learn, the more control you have over your own life. 4, they don't let emotions control their decisions. Let's be real, women are emotional creatures. That's not a weakness, it's a superpower. But here's the difference between a woman who is controlled by her emotions and a woman who is in control of them. One reacts. The other responds. Life will throw things at you. You will face disappointment, heartbreak, rejection. But an intelligent woman doesn't let temporary emotions lead to permanent decisions. She pauses. She thinks before she speaks. She processes before she reacts. And because of that, she makes better choices, choices that move her forward instead of keeping her stuck. 5, they prioritize their well-being. A highly intelligent woman knows that if she doesn't take care of herself, she can't take care of anything else. And let me tell you something: self-care is not just about bubble baths and spa days. It's about discipline. It's about choosing healthy habits even when it's hard. It's about protecting your peace, even if it means cutting off toxic people. It's about making sure that your mind, body, and soul are in alignment. Because when you are at your best, everything else in your life gets better. You want to be a woman who turns heads, not because of how you look, but because of the energy you carry. Take care of yourself, respect yourself, prioritize yourself. That's what intelligent women do. So here's the question: do you have these habits? And if not, what's stopping you from developing them? You don't have to be born with intelligence to be a highly intelligent woman. You become one by the choices you make every single day. You become one by stepping into your power, by thinking for yourself, by setting boundaries, by growing, by staying in control, and by prioritizing you. And when you do that, when you truly step into the most intelligent, unstoppable version of yourself, watch how your life changes. Most people live their lives based on what they've been told, what society expects, or what their friends and family believe. They accept opinions as facts without stopping to ask, do I actually believe this? Asterisk. They follow trends, follow rules, follow what's popular without ever questioning whether it makes sense for them. But a highly intelligent woman, she doesn't just accept things at face value. She questions, she analyzes, she trusts her own mind to decide what is right for her. Thinking for yourself is one of the most powerful skills you can develop, but it's not always easy. From the moment you're born, you're taught how to think. You're told what's good and bad, what's acceptable and what's not, what's possible and what's impossible. And if you never stop to examine those beliefs, you live your life based on someone else's version of the truth. Look at the choices you've made so far. The career path you're on, did you choose it because it truly excites you or because it was the safe option? The relationships you're in, are they what you want or are they what you think you should want? Even the way you define success, did you come up with that definition yourself or did you inherit it from society? Thinking for yourself means breaking free from the conditioning that's been handed down to you. It means recognizing that just because something is common doesn't mean it's right. Just because everyone does it doesn't mean it makes sense. Just because something has always been done a certain way doesn't mean it's the best way. Highly intelligent women aren't afraid to go against the grain. They don't care if their choices confuse other people. They don't need approval. They don't need validation. They trust themselves enough to know that what's right for them may not be right for someone else, and that's okay. But trusting your own thinking requires confidence. It requires knowing that you don't need to be perfect to be capable. Too many women doubt themselves because they think, what if I'm wrong? Asterisk. But here's the thing. Sometimes you will be, and that's okay. The goal isn't to always be right. The goal is to always be thinking. When you make a decision, don't just ask, what do other people think? Asterisk, ask yourself, what do I think? Asterisk. When you're faced with a challenge, don't immediately look for someone else to tell you what to do. Sit with it. Trust that your own mind is strong enough to find answers. And don't be afraid to change your mind. Thinking for yourself doesn't mean sticking to one belief forever. It means being open to learning, to evolving, to seeing things from different perspectives and adapting as you grow. This mindset will change your life. Because when you truly start thinking for yourself, you stop living for other people's expectations. You stop making choices based on fear. You stop second-guessing yourself every time someone disagrees with you. You step into your power. You become the kind of woman who doesn't follow the world, she leads it. Saying no is one of the most powerful things you can do for yourself, yet so many women struggle with it. Why? Because we've been conditioned to believe that being kind means being agreeable. That saying no makes us selfish. That setting boundaries means we're difficult or unlikable. And so we overextend ourselves. We say yes when we don't want to. We tolerate things that drain us. We put other people's comfort above our own well-being. But a highly intelligent woman, she knows better. She understands that setting boundaries is not about being rude or shutting people out. It's about respecting herself. It's about protecting her time, her energy, and her peace. It's about knowing that she does not owe anyone unlimited access to her life. The moment you start setting boundaries, you will see who truly respects you. The people who love and value you will understand. They will respect your time, your limits, your needs. But the people who benefited from your lack of boundaries, they will push back. They will call you selfish. They will guilt trip you. They will try to make you feel like you're doing something wrong. And this is where most women cave. They think, maybe I'm being too harsh. Maybe I should just say yes one more time. But listen to me, every time you break your own boundary, you teach people that you don't mean what you say. You teach them that if they push hard enough, you'll eventually give in. And over time, this erodes your self-respect. It makes you feel drained, resentful, and exhausted. An intelligent woman stands firm. She does not explain or over-apologize. She simply says no. No to things that drain her. No to people who disrespect her. No to obligations that do not serve her. And she does it without guilt. Because here's the truth, when you say yes to everything, you are saying no to yourself. You are saying no to your own needs, your own peace, your own priorities. And if you don't protect those things, no one else will. People will adjust. At first, they may not like it, but over time, they will learn that you are not someone who can be manipulated or pressured. And the ones who truly care about you, they will respect you even more. Setting boundaries does not make you mean. It makes you clear. It makes you strong. It makes you the kind of woman who is in control of her own life. And that is a woman who cannot be taken advantage of. Confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you build. And highly intelligent women, they understand that confidence is not about always feeling fearless. It's about moving forward despite the fear. It's about choosing action over doubt, overthinking, and self-sabotage. Too many women wait for confidence to appear before they take action. They think, once I feel ready, then I'll speak up. Once I feel good enough, then I'll go for it, asterisk. But that's not how it works. Confidence is built through action. You don't feel ready first. You act first, and the confidence follows. Think about the most confident women you know. They weren't born that way. They became that way by showing up, by trying, by failing, and getting back up again. They weren't immune to self-doubt. They just didn't let it control them. And here's something most people don't realize. Confidence is a habit. It's something you practice every single day. Every time you shrink yourself, you reinforce insecurity. Every time you hesitate, you reinforce fear. But every time you show up, even when you're scared, even when your voice shakes, you reinforce confidence. It's in the little moments. When you hold your head up high instead of looking down, when you speak your mind instead of staying silent, when you choose to believe in yourself instead of tearing yourself down, these moments add up, and over time, they change how you see yourself. But here's the key. You must stop waiting for permission. No one is going to hand you confidence. No one is going to give you approval, validation, or a guarantee that everything will work out. That's your job. You build confidence by trusting yourself, by knowing that even if you fail, you will figure it out, by reminding yourself that you don't need to be perfect, you just need to be willing. And let's be clear, confident women are not arrogant. They do not walk around acting like they're better than everyone else. True confidence comes from knowing your worth without needing to prove it to anyone. It's about being secure in who you are, without comparison, without competition, without fear of judgment. A woman who is truly confident is unstoppable. Because once you learn to trust yourself, once you stop overthinking and start doing, nothing can hold you back. Not fear, not doubt, not the opinions of others. So stop waiting. Stop hesitating. Start building the confidence you deserve. Emotional intelligence is one of the most powerful traits a woman can develop. It's the ability to manage your emotions, understand the emotions of others, and navigate life with clarity and strength. A highly intelligent woman does not let her emotions control her, she controls them. Too many people react impulsively. They let anger, frustration, or insecurity dictate their decisions. They lash out, shut down, or seek validation in the wrong places. But a woman with emotional intelligence, she does something different. She pauses, she observes, she processes before she reacts. She knows that not everything deserves a response. And not every situation is worth her energy. One of the most valuable skills you can develop is the ability to regulate your emotions. This doesn't mean suppressing them or pretending they don't exist. It means acknowledging them without letting them dictate your actions. When something upsets you, instead of immediately reacting, take a step back. Ask yourself, is this worth my time? Is this worth my peace? Asterisk. Most of the time, the answer is no. People with low emotional intelligence get caught up in drama. They take everything personally. They assume the worst. But a highly intelligent woman understands that most things are not personal. Other people's behavior is a reflection of them, not you. Their insecurities, their projections, their bad attitudes, none of it defines you. When you understand this, you stop being easily triggered. You stop wasting energy on things that don't serve you. Emotional intelligence also means knowing when to walk away. Not every argument needs to be won. Not every relationship is worth salvaging. Not every battle is yours to fight. A strong woman knows that protecting her peace is more important than proving a point. She does not engage in pointless conflicts. She does not explain herself to people committed to misunderstanding her. She does not waste time on people who thrive on negativity. Another part of emotional intelligence, the ability to sit with discomfort. Growth requires facing uncomfortable truths about yourself, about others, about the world. It's easier to avoid, to distract, to numb, but avoiding discomfort doesn't make it go away. It only delays the inevitable. A highly intelligent woman leans into it, she faces it, she learns from it. And because of that, she grows stronger. The moment you master your emotions, you master your life. You stop making decisions based on fear. You stop seeking external validation. You stop reacting to everything around you. Instead, you move with intention. You choose your battles wisely. You protect your energy. And most importantly, you become unshakable. That's the power of emotional intelligence. It doesn't just change how you respond to the world, it changes how the world responds to you. A highly intelligent woman is not afraid to be alone. She understands that solitude is not lonely-sit's power. It's in those moments of being alone that she truly grows, reflects, and becomes the strongest version of herself. She does not need constant validation, attention, or companionship to feel whole. She knows that her value does not come from being surrounded by people, it comes from within. Many people fear being alone because they don't want to face themselves. They stay in toxic relationships, chase empty connections, or fill their time with distractions just to avoid the silence. But a woman who is comfortable in her own company, she does not run from herself. She embraces the quiet. She listens to her own thoughts. She learns who she truly is when the noise of the world fades away. This kind of woman does not settle. She does not entertain relationships that drain her. She does not tolerate friendships that feel forced. She does not keep people around just for the sake of not being alone. She understands that being selective with her time and energy is not selfish, it's necessary.